Since the dawn of humanity, every time we looked up at the sky, the moon has stood there, our silent companion, the lantern of the night, the celestial clock, and above all, a profound enigma. While ancient civilizations worshipped it as a deity, and modern science explains it as the product of a colossal planetary collision, there exists a quieter, enduring school of thought, one daring enough to pose a bolder question. What if the moon is not a coincidence? What if it was placed there? What if it was created? Such an idea challenges physics, cosmology, archaeology, and history, and it is precisely this that makes it so captivating. All other lunar theories are easy to accept, but the artificial moon hypothesis lies in forbidden territory, where science and fiction intertwine. The cosmic coincidence, so rare it's almost impossible. We are living in a cosmic moment so rare it borders on the impossible. The moon is positioned at a distance that allows it to perfectly cover the sun's disk during a total solar eclipse. The ratio is so precise that, if the moon were 5% smaller or 5% farther away, total solar eclipses would never occur. What is even more intriguing, in 4.5 billion years of existence and billions more years in the future, humanity occupies only a tiny sliver of that time. And yet we exist exactly in the moment where the apparent size of the moon equals the apparent size of the sun, not before, not after, but precisely now. Natural coincidence or deliberate design? Supporters of the artificial moon hypothesis argue that total solar eclipses are not only beautiful but also useful. They claim this coincidence serves as a deliberate visual effect to accelerate the development of civilization. For example, Einstein validated general relativity thanks to eclipses. Ancient cultures measured time in cycles through eclipses. If an advanced civilization wanted to seed knowledge, they could have designed a celestial event that is rare enough, clear enough, easy to measure, and intellectually provocative to stimulate early scientific reasoning. The technical argument of the supporters: some proponents view the moon as a subtle terraforming object, a cosmic tool optimized for life and intelligence. According to them, the moon stabilizes Earth's axial tilt, stable climate, biosphere creates tides, biological evolution establishes light cycles, circadian rhythms, all too perfectly suited for the emergence of life and intelligence. Not merely a satellite, but a cosmological device engineered to optimize life. Stories of a time before the moon. Some ancient texts, according to supporters of the artificial moon theory, imply that there was a time when humans lived before the moon existed. Examples include Colombian tribes telling of ancestors who lived before the moon, Aristotle referencing the Proselenes. The people before the moon, Sumerian myths describing a sky without a lunar presence. Of course, mainstream science rejects these as literal history. But the mythological pattern intrigues believers. When myths might be more than metaphor across continents, many myths share certain motifs. Gods descending from the heavens, celestial bodies arriving suddenly, the moon appearing as an artificial object. Supporters argue, if so many unrelated cultures echo similar themes, might they reflect collective memory rather than coincidence? Some civilizations possessed astronomical knowledge far beyond what their era would suggest. Sumer, Babylon, Maya, Egypt, their calendars and measurements were astonishingly accurate. Supporters claim this knowledge may have been taught by sky beings, inherited from a lost civilization, or observed from an artificial moon. If the moon is a construct, who created it? Proponents propose three main possibilities. 1. An ancient extraterrestrial civilization. 2. A lost advanced civilization from Earth's past. 3. Nomadic starfarers seeding life across galaxies, each with motive: observation, protection, experimentation, cultivation of intelligence. A multi-purpose megastructure. If engineered, the moon could serve as climate stabilizer, shield against asteroid impacts, tidal engine, night illumination, observation post, or even a birthing chamber for Lithian Arca surveillance station. The most compelling hypothesis: a garden of intelligence. Supporters argue the moon's purpose may be to optimize Earth as a cradle for intelligent life, a grand experiment, a cosmic nursery, a silent architect shaping evolution. Lack of hard evidence. The scientific objection mainstream science counters. No confirmed artificial structures. Geology matches natural origin. Seismology explains density. Lunar samples show natural formation. No empirical proof of engineering. Yet, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Why the theory persists? Because it explains fascinating coincidences, taps into humanity's ancient myths, bridges science and imagination, fuels existential questions, and because people are drawn to forbidden ideas. If proven true, the world changes overnight if one day we confirm the moon is artificial. History rewritten, religions shaken, physics challenged, politics redefined, humanity would face a profound truth. We were never alone. And we were never unobserved. If the moon is artificial, how does it work? Internal structure, not solid, not empty. Supporters of the artificial moon theory propose a hollow internal shell, reinforced titanium-like alloys, lattice structures, energy conduits, artificial caverns. The ringing like a bell seismic phenomenon is cited as a clue. Energy sources and propulsion possible mechanisms include nuclear fusion cores, antimatter reactors, gravitational engines, solar energy harvesters. These could adjust orbit, stabilize rotation, power internal systems, turning the moon into a self-sustaining cosmic machine. Signs we might detect today. If artificial, we could search for anomalous magnetic readings, uniform structural densities, geometric tunnels, metallic composition, anomalies or artificial isotopes. Tools: spectroscopy, deep penetration, radar, seismology. We may already have overlooked signs. The builders may still be watching. If the moon is an experiment or serious surveillance outpost, then the creators might be observing. Waitendermanter, long extinct, but if alive, they may return. The first contact scenario, humanity could respond with fear, tie conflict, surrender, cooperation, curiosity. First contact might be peaceful, diplomacy, technological uplift, colonization, revelation. Everything changes. The final question, created or evolved? If we were nurtured, are we children? Inheritors? Test subjects? Partners? This reveals a philosophical core. Perhaps intelligence is not a cosmic accident, but a guided outcome. And the moon is the proof. The scientific breakdown: at first, disbelief, then chaos, then the greatest scientific renaissance in human history. Physics, astronomy, geology, all rewritten. Textbooks become obsolete overnight. Universities erupt in debate. Einstein, Newton, and Hawking are revised. New fields emerge. Xenotechnology, exoengineering, gastroarchitecture, archaeological cosmology. Humanity realizes we are infants in a universe built by giants. Governments and militaries respond. Classified documents leak. Space agencies panic. Superpowers race to control the moon. Questions arise. Is it a weapon? A dormant alien outpost? A gateway? A warning? A beacon? Space militarization skyrockets. Orbital fleets. Lunar bases. Secret missions. Earth prepares, not for exploration, but for confrontation. Religion, philosophy, and society shatter and rebuild. Faiths tremble. Some collapse. Others evolve. New cults emerge, worshipping the builders, denouncing them, fearing them, seeking them. Human identity fractures. Were we created? Are we alone? Do we matter? A new philosophy rises. Cosmic pragmatism, adapting belief to proof. The moon becomes temple, laboratory, battleground. Origin, myth reborn. The public reaction: internet, media, chaos, memes, riots, celebrations, conspiracies vindicated, others exposed. Every forum explodes. Every broadcast interrupts. Hashtags. Hashtag not natural. Hashtag we were not alone. Hashtag moon machine. Fear of collapse versus excitement of discovery. Panic buying. Mass meditation. Doomsday prophets. Peace movements. The world does not end, but certainty does. The turning point: eventually, hysteria fades. Curiosity wins. Humanity asks a new question. Not what is the moon, but why was it built? A unified mission begins. We go there. Not as conquerors. Not as children. But as heirs. For the first time, Earth is one. Humanity launches the most ambitious operation ever attempted. Autonomous drones, tunneling machines, quantum scanners, nanotech probes. The goal: penetrate beneath the lunar crust. Every nation wants the first glimpse. Every scientist wants the first discovery. Every government wants the first weapon. The surface is only the beginning. Beneath it lies corridors, cumbersome gas structures, forgotten systems, sealed doors, built not for humans. Built before humans. Deep inside, explorers find the first clear evidence. Smooth geometric wall, snow, erosiano, micrometeorite damage, alloys unknown to Earth. It is untouched by time. Lifeless, silent. There is no body, no bones, no guardians. just architecture. Meaning, this place was abandoned or never finished. They find a central sphere, not natural, not purely mechanical, not purely biological. A fusion of machine organism crystal quantum field a reactor, a consciousness, a seed, or merely a lock. The moment it is touched or scanned or simply noticed, it awakens. Or perhaps it notices us, systems hum, lights return, codes activate. The moon stops being a mystery. It becomes a participant. A pulse of energy erupts. Not destructive. Not random. A message. It travels. To deep spacer, to earther, to its creators, to its successors. We do not yet know who receives it. But someone does. Hours or days or years later, a signal returns. It contains star maps, languages, warnings, invitations, or coordinates, or perhaps just a single phrase. Not built for our understanding, but undeniable in intent. It knows we are here. Inside the moon lies a gate. Not metaphorical, but a real one. Its purpose is unknown. Transportation, dimensional, travel, archive, weapon, sanctuary. The choice now falls to humanity. Open it or seal it. Curiosity against fear. Destiny against caution. This is not the end of the story. It is the moment the story begins.